Hi, this is Jackie again. We're going to follow through with the rotary cutters, and now I'm going to show you about rulers and how a left-handed person cuts, or at least how this left-handed person cuts. Okay, so to the rulers. Okay, we're going to start with our rulers, and we're going to start with the created grid rulers, which are for left-handed people. Look, they even have a little left hand on their little ruler there. See, if you're not sure, put your hand down there and you'll see that your thumb and everything lines up. So we're going to start with these guys because they're for left-handed sewers. And I'm going to lay it on here, and you're going to see across the top here the white number, well, the numbers are black in white dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not marked, and then there's a 1/2 inch. So you can cut your 1-inch strip, and let's say we want a 1.5 inch strip. Turn the ruler around, and now the numbers that are in the black circle, white numbers, they will give you, here's a 1/2 inch, but then it's 1.5 over here. And what do we say? We're going to do 2.5. So I can move it over to 2.5. See, I line that up with a 2.5. All left-handed. There's my 1/2 inch, my 2 inches. Cut my strip, and you got your strips. Now they have a 6.5 by 24 inch and a 6.5 by 6.5 inch square, and they work the same. I like these. I had not tried them. Annette bought them for me quite a while ago. I might have to start using them. So then we're going to go to Omni Grid, and Omni Grid tried. They tried very hard to help out the left-handed quilter. I'm going to put this on the white so you can see it better. Across the top, it's marked 1 inch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going the other direction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I'm left-handed and I want a 1 inch, I put it over here, and I can get my 1 inch. It lines up there. Okay. If I want a 2 or 1.5 inch or something, I'm going to run out of fabric here, but I got more. Then I line it up at 1.5. So that works for me. Now, for a right-handed person, take that ruler and lay it over here, and their one's at the top. So I can't cut right-handed, but pretend I can. Ooh, I cut it off, okay? So they work, that works for both of them, for both of us. Now, say you need a 6.5 inch strip. We're going to get a new piece of fabric here. And I don't pay attention to my lines on my board ever. So I never get those cuts in the same spot. I go strictly off my ruler. Once in a blue moon, if I need to square something up, I will, but I don't really trust the lines on the cutting mat. Okay, this does not work for a left-handed person because the numbers across the top, they don't work for me. Well, actually, this one does. Here, 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5. Hey, I might have just had to eat my words there. So that would work. That would work. And a right-handed person, and that's going the correct with Omni Grid across the top here. Interesting. Turn it around, and a right-handed person now has to. They get their 1/2 inch, 1.5 inch. It's upside down, but they're all upside down, but it works for them too. So that does work. It does work. Okay, so that's how I use my rulers. I usually just count over though, because I'm usually in such a hurry. I just count just to make sure I'm getting the correct measurements. I have made so many mistakes, especially if I'm talking to somebody. But something else I wanted to point out with these rulers is when you hold them up in the air, they have all these angles on the ends down here. If you are trying to get a 45-degree angle and you are right-handed, tilt your ruler to the right, lay it on your fabric, and you can see where that 45 lines up with the edge, and you can cut your little 45-inch degree there. If you're left-handed, go to the right, and you can do the exact same thing. You can line up your 45, and now it's all ready for me to make my cut. I didn't open my blade. It's closed. But you can make that cut. Same thing with the 30-degree. If you need a 30-degree angle, there you go. And if you need to cut from the bottom, just turn the fabric around so that you get your raw edges. But that's a really clever thing with all your angles. 45, we can go even to your 60-degree. And I think that's all they have on here is 30, 45, and 60. But that is any ruler that has the angles going either direction, just opposite of your hand. If you're left, go right. If you're right, go left. That's very cool. I took a class, cost an arm and a leg, and that's the one thing I learned in it. Totally worth every penny. So that pretty much, again, I end up like this one here. If I need a 2.5 inch strip, it's 3.5 inch ruler. One of my favorite rulers. I use this all the time. I just count over 2.5 and do it. I could do it this way too, but the 1/2 inch is on there, so it's much easier to use the 2.5. But cutting left-handed, I just count over. If you learn to use your rulers, follow the directions that come with them. Some of them don't have directions. It's amazing what you can do with them. And you can do almost any pattern with your straight edge rulers that have angles on them. It's pretty cool. Thank you.